I got 6 o'clock, call the meeting to order. We'll start with the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I just need adoption of the agenda.
Let's make that motion.
Second.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Passes 5-0-0. What?
No amendments?
No amendment?
We were just talking about that. That's a first.
Look over the meeting minutes from the work session from August 19th.
I make a motion to approve the work session meeting minutes for August 19th.
Second.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0-0. Look at the meeting minutes from the regular meeting on August 19th.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0-0.
Wait, too fast. So weren't there public comments last meeting? Or was that later?
That was the meeting before.
Was?
Comments from like myself and
No,
Horvath?
between us.
No, that was the one before.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yep.
Perfect. Accounts payable, Horvath.
Okay, so a couple of them to look at here, 76342. To the concrete repair for the multiple main breaks throughout. Mike said there will also be one coming for the asphalt repair as well, but this is for the concrete. 76364, the 2020 audit there for 20,000. And then on the bottom, 76374 for WHKS for the Jefferson Sewer and Sidewalk County Road 6 projects. So I would like to make a motion to approve the accounts payable in the amount of $138,796.31.
I have a question. What happened to this one?
Don't you remember when you took out the bushes?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I forgot that story. Okay. I was like, wait, what
I
happened?
was thinking
Oh,
the
now I
same thing.
remember. Okay.
Ah,
I
Curtis.
guess I have 76365, the WHKS Engineering Sanitary District. Is that just our portion from all the meetings and stuff for WHKS for the engineering part?
Yes, Bill, is that part of the feasibility study, or is this just general meetings and time?
It's a little bit of both. So, and then it's all the engineering invoices rolled into one line item there. But yes, that's the city's portion of the sanitary district study.
And how do we split that? Did we split that on a fifth or a fourth?
Yep, 1/4 for each of the communities.
Okay. Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
Did I get a second?
Mhm.
Any further discussions? All in favor? Opposed? Passes 5-0-0. Thanks, Horvath.
Who was the second?
Did you?
I thought it was Bob, but no.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, I thought you said.
Okay, sure I did.
Good catch.
Ed, Bob, and then
Because I
Sarah.
thought she said second, and then we had the arm in the air.
Public comments. Individuals may address the city council about any items of concern. Speakers must state their name and limit their remarks to 5 minutes. Any public comments? I will close the public comments department or area or time. We'll start with new business, 9A, 2022 Dairy Concepts Discharge Permit. You want to go first, Bill?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. So in your packet is the new treatment agreement for 2022 that city staff has negotiated with Dairy Concepts. So if you remember, last year was the first year we switched from a 3-year cycle to a 1-year cycle, basically because of the changing nature of what's going on there with them building a treatment plant, etc. We thought it was in the city's best interest to switch to a 1-year permit. So what we're proposing for 2022 is that we would continue on that with a 1-year permit as well. So there are really 4 main items in here that I'll cover real quickly. We also had some wording changes. We worked with Matt on a few changes that we thought were necessary to protect the city a little more. So the 4 items are, number one, there are new rates in here for both their volume or their flow, and then their waste strength, which we measure by BOD and TSS. So Ellers has completed a rate study, and actually that'll be coming to the council, Brian, probably this fall here. But we have incorporated, so we've incorporated those new rates into here. They're going up quite a bit because what we are anticipating is that DFA, will start to reduce their discharge when their treatment facility goes online. So they will be paying significantly higher rates. The second item is then with this new treatment plant that DFA has built or building, they wanted to discharge basically clean water to the city. Well, that's not a benefit to us at the treatment plant. So we have established a minimum or a floor for their waste. So basically that it can't be clean water. It has to have some basically strength to it to help basically the operations of the plant. The third item is this new facility does incorporate odor control. Actually, they've spent, Mike and Brian and I have toured that this week. They've spent millions of dollars on this new odor control. And one of the things, probably our biggest concern would be at some point that they decide it's not cost effective or economic to run that. So we did put a provision in here that odor control has to be up and running as a condition of the wastewater permit. And then lastly, we did include a provision now that they have to have a licensed operator running their wastewater treatment facility versus just a general staff person or someone not dedicated to it. So those are really the 4 changes. So with that, staff is recommending that we approve this, and this would be for basically a 1-year period for basically calendar year 2022.
Yeah, well, we really were able to close some holes in this contract or in this agreement. They did spend, I think they said $2 million, was it, on that odor control system. This is a state-of-the-art building. It's incredible, the technology in there. So one of the things we wanted to do was try to alleviate that odor. We made that very clear this whole time. And they were open to having it in the agreement. So we're pretty happy about how the agreement went. And like Bill said, we will be bringing the revised or the new rate study to the council in this fall. We'll get Ellers will come in and present to us. So
Thank you.
Any more questions for Bill or Brian?
Oh, good work.
You answered all my questions.
Hey, Bill, I got one question. You've got the violations and procedures and things, and they list all of the charges and things. Do they hit those quite often where they are paying fines and things?
They have in the past, not recently, but yes, they've had very significant penalties in the past. I think Brian or Mike may put a chime in, but I think they've reached 6 figures in dollar amounts. That's many years ago. So, but lately they've been doing a lot better.
Okay.
Do you have anything to add, Mike?
No. Well, I was going to say one more thing, that they have been working with us to reduce their chemical usage and kind of regulate that. It was causing some problems along the way. They actually had someone come and tour our plant, and Mike and the guys got to show them what all these chemicals do to our plant. And so then they were able to go back and adjust their operations. We still have some hiccups here and there, but once they get their new treatment facility online, it'll go there first and not to us. So
Good.
It's going well.
Oh, I guess then I'll make a motion to approve the 2022 Dairy Concept discharge permit.
No, second.
Any further discussions? All in favor? Opposed? Passes 5-0-0. Thanks, Bill, Brian, and Mike. 9B, purchase of North Booster VFDs. Mike?
Yeah, we're still having some issues at the booster station out there, and a lot of it is the houses that have gone in ahead of it. So all that system up to the booster station is on the city flow, what I would say. So after that, it goes to the booster station, and that feeds all of the upper highlands. But with all the houses added in ahead of it, we get so much usage that it pulls away from our booster station. So this would ramp up and keep the pressures, hopefully keep a lot of the pressures equal. So it's not drawing away from our booster stations all the time. We've had the fire department out there because that's one of our concerns, is it just starves that whole upper area. So if we're just throwing on water up there, we'd like to have somebody right at the booster station all the time monitoring the pressures that's leaving there. And then as we're have the people up that running the hydrants. So it's always important that the fire department calls us if they ever have an issue up on that end. But otherwise, that quote is, there was 2 quotes put out by ASI, and we were going with the lower quote of $15,084.
That comes out of the water fund.
And we're still got some work to do after that. We're still looking, we're going to be working with Bill a little bit on, we don't know, we got the high pressure system off the booster that comes down close to the golf course area there that feeds into the low area, but that valve is shut. So we might end up with a PRV manhole so we can regulate pressure from the upper side to the lower side. Plus that would help kind of move that water around a little bit too, because that's all, really that whole area is one big dead end up there, and it, sometime it'd be nice to connect it somehow, but for now it's just a big dead end, and I think to get that water moving from the upper to the lower would help as well too. But we'll see once we get these VFDs added, how that'll work.
I need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve that. That VFD booster.
Second.
Any further discussions? All in favor? Opposed? Passes 5-0-0. Thanks, Mike. 9C, replacement of North Booster Station pressure tanks. Mike?
As with everything else, always, they no longer make that pressure tank, and that's a commercial grade pressure tank that we have up there, and that one is leaking now. The current one is leaking, so we need to replace that pressure tank sooner than later. But that pressure tank works not much different than if you've ever had a pressure tank in your house, but they're commercial grade. They're pretty good size tanks inside them.
Any more questions for Mike?
Problem getting it ordered.
Well, actually, they're ordered already, but they're out a long ways. The same thing with even the VFD that was out a ways, and they're not even 100% sure when they'll get it at that. But so that went ahead, but we brought it in. You know, so.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Passes 5-0-0. Thanks, Mike. 9D, East Avenue Road closure request for the festival. Brian?
Yes, you've got the picture of where the parade is proposed to go down East Avenue. We're just requesting to close that length from Jefferson to 4th Street. We've been working with Chief Callahan and Mike and Public Works to get signage up there. We're gonna have police officers in place. We've got some difficult roads coming down from the neighborhoods above That'll dead end down there, so we're gonna try and keep people from going down those roads and having to turn around way down at East Avenue, so. This is a request for the closure. So we will reroute 4th Street traffic to the right at Second. Is it Second? And then down 3rd Street to get to Main Street. So they'll go around the parade. We won't have a bunch of people stopping on County 10 coming in the way around there, so. Should work out okay. I think hopefully we'll get it back to where it belongs next year down Main Street after all the construction is done and we don't have any rerouting down Main Street anymore, so, for highway traffic.
Well, Jefferson good cause. for
Well,
doing
that's
that.
true. We might still have a little bit, but.
To burst your bubble, but.
But wishful thinking,
They can take 52 around. They'll be.
There you go.
for that.
roundabout.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the East Avenue road closure request.
Second.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0-0. Thanks, Brian. 9E, 2nd Street East Road Closure. Request for street dance. Brian.
Yes, there'll be a street dance the night of the festival out in front of the Goose. And we're proposing closing that whole road and then part of the parking lot. We're not sure how many spaces yet, because there's some food trucks that want to come up there for the dance. So we kind of want to leave some room for some food trucks. Stage will be on the East Avenue end. That's correct, Sarah?
Probably not that far down, but.
Down there somewhere. If you remember many years ago, we had a street dance right there. And it went really well.
Well, and maybe it will be, because maybe that's how the semi will have to come with.
Yeah, I think
It probably will.
then it was set up all the way to,
Then the drinks will be back farther. That's probably how.
yeah. But anyway, we want to close that road from 7 a.m. to get set up to 1 a.m. on Sunday.
Do we have to close off any part of East Avenue there, or will they pull the semi in between on first,
Should be pulling the semi
second?
right in
Should tuck
the
it.
intersection. They'll be
Okay.
right in off of East. Yeah, East should be fine.
Perfect. I'll make that motion to close off the street and have the parking lot for festivities.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed or abstain?
I'm not opposed.
Okay, yeah. Passes 4-0-1. Thanks, Brian. 9F, road closure request for Covered Bridge Fest 5K.
Yeah, I think the track, well, Jared Andring is running the 5K this year. And it'll be the same route as it's always been. We've been working with Chief Callahan on that too, to lead the runners up across the 5th. Well, he won't be running.
He's not gonna put on your
I
sweatpants.
don't think. Well, his staff. But we want to close West Avenue just past the entrance to the library, because we need to leave that open, because I think the library might have a book sale or something going on. Plus, yeah, plus, of course, runners park up there too. And that would be from 7 a.m. to roughly 10 a.m. It's only a 5K, so should be done and out of there by 10, I think. And then also closing off the parking lot. Well, it's not really road, I guess, but we'll close the parking lot off there to City Hall as well. Goes right through there.
I'll make a motion to approve the road closure request for the Covered Bridge Fest 5K.
Why did anybody want to run in a 5K?
Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Passes 5-0-0. Thanks, Brian. Reports, Brian.
Yeah, we've got a American Rescue Plan Act meeting finally set up for September 23rd at 6 p.m. We'll meet here at City Hall and get that moving. That'll be a kickoff meeting, familiarize ourselves with all the ins and outs of that act, or as much as we can convey. Just a reminder on the Jefferson public meeting, Wednesday, September 22nd at 6 p.m. here at City Hall. We have been working hard on the North Zumbro Sanitary District. We submitted paperwork to get on the governor's bonding list. That went in today. And then we're going to be bringing a resolution to the councils again next meeting. It'll be our council meeting next meeting, because as part of that governor's bonding list, we want a resolution in there of support. It'll be written such that if the bonding dollars are approved, it'll be supported. So that'll be on the next council meeting. Also, we're working with House and Senate Capital Investment Committee administrators to make sure we get on any bonding tools that we need to. I had an email with Susie from the Senate today, and she said that Senators Senjum and Goggin both had told her that they want this one on the tour already anyway. So hopefully we're gonna be on that. That'll be November, end of November, middle to the end of November will be that tour. They haven't even started setting the times or the order of things yet, but she did say there's hundreds and hundreds wanting to be on that list. So we're hoping to get a spot on there. Service Line Warranties of America program that we approved to partner with, those mailings went out earlier this week. We should be receiving them real soon. If they may be in the mail, they may be in the mailboxes today. I did send along a little thing to the council about, it's called a quick start guide. We've got those up in front here. So when people call, we gave it to public works staff. So if we get questions, we can answer what it is. It's not an obligation. It's just something that we wanted to partner with, because it's a very reputable program sponsored by the National League of Minnesota Cities. So that'll be coming out. Yeah, I think that's all for me.
Thank you. Chief?
Not a whole lot, but Justin Waller's back from his training, and some of you got to see some great video of the city and some of the things that he got to experience. And he's already done his first DRE evaluation since then, so I expect to see even more of them come through. But, I think it's already paying off. So, but other than that, that's all I got.
Perfect. Thanks, Chief. Bill, do you have anything you want to add?
Nothing additional other than go Cougars.
Yeah, that's right. Go get them.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Mayor.
Matt? Mike?
Brian and I met with Robin Hoyer from Minnesota Rural Water this week, and that was to go over the implementation evaluation report and reviews on the status of drinking water supply system. This was back in 2016 when you guys adopted the wellhead protection plan. Part of that is going through a review process, and part of that is giving you guys updates. There hasn't been, we don't have a lot of changes through that. We kind of monitor what goes on as far as zoning changes or anything within that area of the wells. There is the biggest thing that the city does is they help apply for grants for sealing wells in the area. I think a couple of the recent ones was the Swenson property. We applied for grants, helped them apply for grants for that. And some of those down on St. Paul Road. I know there was some grants that were applied for there. There was otherwise there wasn't a whole lot. In 2025, we will be testing, collect water samples from our wells from the Department of Health, and we'll be testing them. That's part of this process too. That's all I have.
I have nothing.
I should, but I don't.
Meeting adjourned.
Like, hurry up. It takes a while.
seen the numbers they've put forward, like, this is what it's costing us to run ours, how long ours is gonna last.